Hey guys, wish I could be in front of you, of course, but I did want to check in with everybody, make sure that you're doing all right, and cover some expectations for this coming week. Last week, we spent the time researching some comparisons between the flu epidemic in 1918 and the coronavirus that's happening right now. And I've really enjoyed reading through some of your responses. I think it's yeah, unprecedented times. So, hopefully you guys were able to look at what some cities did right and what some cities did wrong. I think it became quite evident. And I think it's also interesting to see, what's happening now, the areas that aren't quarantining as much and how much stress it's putting on their healthcare services and things like that. So anyways, as always, we study history to learn from the mistakes and the successes, and hopefully we can apply some of what we learned 100 years ago with that flu epidemic to what's happening right now. Hey, the purpose of me filming this video was to try and give you just a quick update on kind of the expectations as we kind of start getting towards our normal routine and curriculum from here on out. So I want to make sure I covered that. So number one, guys, communication is so important to me. Guys, if there is something that comes up in your household, whether it's people are getting sick or, and you're not being able to log in at times that I'm asking you to, or not able to get things done, just communicate that with me via email. Also, internet issues. If you are having any internet issues to where it's not going to be, you're not going to have consistent access to it, you need to let me know right away, okay? So we can kind of work around that, because just simply not turning in an assignment isn't going to work in this setting. So, anyways, also I forgot I'm growing my Corona beard here, so it's pretty weak right now. All right, so let's get down to the big topics. First of all, grading. I am going to try and keep up with grading. Please understand that for teachers, they've put us in a difficult role because we're having to basically recreate everything we've ever done in a different format, and so teachers are spending a lot of time coming up with new lessons and trying to adapt to this new system. So right now I'm not able to grade like I would, but and I also have a 3-year-old that can no longer go to daycare. Because we don't want him to go to daycare, exposed to other kids. You just don't know. But I got a 3-year-old running around that it's kind of hard to track down. Anyways, it's hard to work sometimes. So I'm doing the best that I can. So I hope you understand that. Let's talk about one of the big things that is going to become a part of what we're doing over the next few weeks. And we are still going to have to take notes from time to time. And by the way, this video I'm sending right now is going out to all my classes. And you guys all take notes in somewhat different ways. When I am posting a lecture, it is very important that you are taking notes. If it is a unit that I have printed out and you are filling in the blanks, continue doing that. Okay. If you've left that sheet at school, okay, you need to do it on a piece of notebook paper. If you're in like IB classes where I've given you guys kind of the rough outline at the beginning, you guys are just taking your notes on notebook paper. Please continue to do that. I am going to start having notebook checks. I got to start seeing that people are actually watching the lectures and that they are taking notes. So those note checks, right now, I'm thinking I'm going to schedule those for Friday. Okay, to where you're going to be basically taking pictures of your notes and you're going to be uploading those to Schoology so I can see that you've been taking notes. Should be some easy points for you guys for doing what you were supposed to be doing. I'm also looking to play around with some live discussions, some check-ins. I'm still not quite sure if I'm going to do that on Schoology conferences or Google Meets. Those are both options available to us. But for IB, guys, I am going to have kind of a mandatory check-in. I'm still deciding if I want that week to week. I'm thinking right now we probably should check in at least once a week. And if it is a mandatory check-in, then I will have you guys get online at the specific time that we would normally be meeting in class. So whatever hour you meet, you need to look at the schedule. It's all on the Lee Summit West webpage under the Bell schedule. and see what time I'll be logging on there. I'll give you guys all this information later on, but just know that we will be doing some either optional or mandatory check-ins from this point on, just because we need to have some face-to-face. And number one, first and foremost, I gotta make sure that I'm answering any questions that you guys have. So I don't want this to be just a sit and get for the rest of the semester. I want this to be interactive to where you guys can ask questions that you may have. So those are the two big things that I really want you to know. Number one, we're going to be beginning notes, and you have to be taking notes, because not only are you going to be responsible for that information later on, but you do need to post those on Fridays, okay? And I'll give you more instructions in that. And then also the discussion. So just prepare yourself. IB, most likely we're going to have one at least every week. All my other classes, we might do every other week. It might be optional. If I choose to meet outside of a normal our normal class time, I will make that optional, okay? But again, all of that will be sent to you on Schoology. Guys, I hope you're doing well. This is such a crazy time we're living in, and I hope last week's assignments didn't make you anxious at all. That was not the purpose. It was to really understand a little bit deeper as to what we are going through as a global society right now. So I hope you guys are staying healthy and staying quarantined. I know it's not fun, and trust me, I don't like it when the government tells me I can't leave my home. But the fact is, it is what is best for society right now, and keeping everybody healthy. So I hope you guys are doing well. Please check in, even if it's just a kind word, email saying, "Hey, hope you're doing well." Feel free to shoot me an email anytime. I miss having our conversations, and hopefully this next week we can start having some online. All right, guys, good chatting with you, and email me if you have any questions. Thanks.